Professor Schramm again. This time, I'm with you just for a few minutes to give you your first homework assignment and explain what's required in order to get an A. Now, the first assignment is, get this, watching a full-length movie. It's called The Little Pink House. I'll give you just a preview of the movie. It's about a lovely woman. She's an EMT. She has a dream house. She buys this house up in a small town close to the east, on the East Coast. She loves this house. It's her house. It becomes her identity. Like many people in the South, they used to have this great phrase, house proud. Your house becomes your identity. Just like your job often becomes your identity. Just like some people lose their identity in their house or their job or some other occupation. This movie is about this lady and the preservation and ownership of her house in the face of experts, the Planning Commission, who basically says her house ought to be wrecked, bought by the public in a larger scheme that will improve the town. Now, how many times have we had that in mind? And indeed, some of you students probably are inclined to think that if some expert up on top of government believes that a house or a building or an apartment house or a park or a cemetery should be wiped out in the name of progress, that we ought to proceed in that direction. That was certainly the thesis in what you'll see in this movie. Now, what the drama plays out is really inspiring, and I'm not going to be a spoiler about what this movie's about. I want you to watch this movie. It ends up at the Supreme Court. When we talk about this movie in class, I'll have lots to say about the Supreme Court, but that's for down the road. You watch the movie, and then you do your homework assignment. I'm going to require you to write 250 to 300 words, no more. Now, mind you, there's a great saying. I would have written it better if I had more time. But this is required to be written as best as you can. And what is the theme? I want you to take one aspect of this movie and think about it in terms of what the expert vision was. That's one aspect. And you can write on many different. Remember, it's only 250 to 300 words. So you can't write on all aspects. Where is justice? That's another aspect of this. Which side was justice on? A third aspect may be related to what was a neighborhood interest. A fourth may be, where's the evidence that the city was moving against this woman on a basis that would in fact improve the overall welfare of a community? Maybe one aspect of this is what kind of welfare of a community do you have if you basically force the citizens out? What constitutes the community? So that may be another aspect of how you write about this. This could be used as a foil to think about a community. Use it as a foil to think about a neighborhood. Use it as a foil to think about how people invest psychologically and economically in a house, in a place. Some of you architects will appreciate the notion of place. And that may be one other aspect of how you treat this movie. So, watch the movie, write the essay, keep a watch out for when the due date for this essay is, because we have a shortened semester. We're going to go rather quickly through the 5 or 6 writings that you have to do, and I encourage you to do a really great job of this. Now, how do you do that from an English writing perspective? And the answer is, some of you are probably good writers. Most of you are probably not. Don't take that as an insult. Take that as first an observation on all my years of teaching here, and second, as an observation that's personal. I write a great deal. I'm well published. I have many books. I have essays in the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal and other newspapers. Writing is torture for me. To do 700 words in an op-ed is very, very difficult. I've circulated or will circulate my most recent piece on cities. That took 2 months to write. So don't think that this is facile or that professors are great writers or that great writers are born. You have to struggle to make your points very clear. What's the structure of your 250 or 300 words? How do you make it such that the reader says, this is a delight to read? That's the goal in life. Don't impose on the reader, that's me, the trouble of trying to figure out what it is your theme is, how this works. You got the structure wrong, you've got grammar wrong, you've got misspellings. Don't do that. Spell it through spell check. And if necessary, read it. Ask one of your friends, hey, give me 5 minutes. I want to read this essay to you and see what's not clear. Or would you read it for me in print? Thank you.